Hello, welcome back to the Trust Your Worth podcast, the podcast that helps you tap in to the power of knowing your worth. My name is Brittany, and thank you so much for joining me today. Hello, how's it going? Last week, how did the changes you make go? Were they helpful? Were they helping you get onto the path of happiness and joy? I hope so. Okay, this week, for those of you who cannot see me, I am decked out in my Oilers kit. I've got my hat on. I'm not going to turn it around because my headphones are on. And I've got my Oilers McDavid shirt on because me Oilers are in the Stanley Cup Finals. Wow. We want the cup. We want the cup. This is our year. We're going to do it. Edmonton, I don't think, has won the cup since the year I was born, which is 1988. Whoa. For those of you who can't math, that was 37 years ago. Let me just double check my facts before I put them blatantly on the internet. Oh, that's a lie. So they won in 1990. That was the last time we won. So 35 years ago. So Oilers, I'm so happy for you to be in the final. This is our year. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Anyways, I also was inspired to make this episode because I watched on Netflix the F1 Academy, and that show just came out, and some of the athletes were struggling a little bit with their mindset and tying their worth to the results. And it just made me ponder on how easy it is to tie your worth to results and tie your worth to what you physically are doing, because as physical beings in these meat sacks that carry us through this life, it's very easy to do so. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, having a healthy athletic mindset. So this one is for my athletes, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, obviously you don't need to be an athlete to apply the principles of today's episodes, but I wanted to tie it specifically to this lens because of what was coming up this week. I actually had a different episode planned, but because this show just sort of rattled me a little bit. The Netflix show F1 Academy. And it's about trying to create avenues for women to get to Formula One, which, if you've never seen the other Netflix series, Formula One Drive to Survive, very interesting sport. A man's world indeed. So Formula One is racing, and I was like, racing's so dumb. Like, they just go around the track. How is that entertaining? And they hooked me. And now I watch Drive to Survive every year, and I follow the sport now. On YouTube, I catch all the races. But another thing that really annoys me is it's dominated by men. But I'm glad now that women's sports are taking a forefront. So F1 Academy is the women's side of Formula One, that they are trying to get a woman back into a Formula One seat. Because there's only 20, and this sport is for the wealthy. Like, you have to be exorbitantly rich, basically, to become a racing driver. Like, literally one of the guys, Lance Stroll in Formula One, oh my gosh, he's so annoying because his daddy is like a billionaire, and the only reason he is in one of the Formula One seats is because his dad owns the team. Like, that's so unfair. And he's an okay driver, but is he the best of the best? No, not even close. So basically it's a waste of the seat. Don't get me started. Anyways, as you can tell, I'm passionate about sports, but I believe sports is an amazing avenue for you to test your skills. It's an amazing avenue for you to grow in so many ways, mentally, physically, especially as a human. You have to learn teamwork. You have to learn people skills. You have to learn problem solving. And especially at like elite sports like Formula One, where you have to make split second decisions that can literally like in that sport can be life or death. Like people die in racing because like they're going 200 miles an hour. So these women, I was so excited because F1 Academy is giving the opportunity for women to join in the space. Like there's no reason a woman can't be a Formula One driver. And it's exciting. And I'm so excited that they have this avenue now to hopefully, like, I really hope I can see one day a woman in Formula One. But F1 Academy is a stepping stone. And oh my gosh, these women and girls, because they're literally teenagers that are driving these vehicles. And one of them in particular, her name is Leah Block. And she was the inspiration to this episode because her mentality like genuinely made me worried for her, because she was definitely tying her worth to how she did in her races. There's a whole interesting dichotomy to like when you're a professional athlete, how do you not tie your worth to how you're doing? Because it's your career. Like if you are not performing, literally you lose your job. Like basically you have to win or you get fired. That's just the reality of professional sport. And hopefully you can create other avenues of being a well-rounded person, because injury can take you out of your career in a second. You can like blow out your knee and you're done. Your career's literally over. So what do you do if you have a life-changing injury and you cannot do the whole life plan you had? So Shaq is a huge example of this. When he joined the NBA, he blew his money like within a year, and somebody was like, "Bro, what are you doing? Like, if you keep going this way, you're going to be broke in like a year or two." And so he got a college degree, and then he created a very interesting career for himself. He became a broadcaster, so he's still able to be involved in the sport. And he also has other streams of revenue. So I think he learned about investing. So he invested his money, and he also started a shoe company for people who have really big feet, because he would go to stores and obviously, I think he's like a size 26, and you can't just buy that in a regular store. So he made a shoe line. I think that's in Walmart, if I remember correctly. Like they carry super big sizes for people like him. And that's amazing. He's giving back in awesome ways. But he made a plan to not tie his worth to what he was doing, and was able to create a career that is fulfilling for him, but also like, you know, helps him live his life. So live his dreams. So that's an exciting thing. So let me get back to F1 Academy, the whole reason. So Miss Leah Bach, when we meet her, she's 17 years old, still a child, a baby, and such an accomplished driver. Her dad was a rally car racer, so she just joined the family business and also became a rally car racer and became the first woman to win a rally car championship. That's so exciting. Yes, girl power. Like Leah, so accomplished. So then she was hired as a driver for Formula One, which rally cars are like big buggies and you race on dirt roads, and Formula One is a street circuit usually, or a closed circuit where it's like paved roads, and they call them open wheel cars because the wheels are not covered by like a guard of any sort. So Leah, this is her first year ever. Like she literally talks about how this is one of the hardest things she's ever done, because everything's the opposite in Formula One. Like you have to brake differently, you have to steer differently. Like everything is brand new to her. So she is struggling when we meet her. Like she's not winning, she's making mistakes, and she is pissed at herself. Like every time you see her, she's angry. She's just so livid. She has these super high expectations for herself. You can tell she's a perfectionist. And there are pros to, you know, being a perfectionist in a sport, but is it healthy? No. No, that mindset is very detrimental, because if you can't find joy in the process of your sport, then it won't be sustainable. You are going to start to hate the sport that you love. the people who rise to the top are able to shake off their mistakes, learn from their mistakes, and move on and not dwell in them. Whereas this poor young woman, Leah, is just so hard on herself. So it gets a little later in the season and her mom is asking her, like, how's it going? Like, are you proud of how far you come? And she literally says deadpan, I'll be proud of myself when I'm winning. Sis, you've had to relearn you've had to learn a whole new sport. And she did start winning. Like, she was able to, I think, get fourth in a race, which for a rookie who's never done it before, incredible. Because like some of the girls have been literally racing their entire lives, particularly in Formula One. So for her to compete at that high a level, like crossing over, oh my days. And she said, I'll be proud when I'm winning. Excuse me? Then I don't think you'll ever be proud, because the stats, like, realistically, like, the other girl was winning a lot of races, but she lost some too. The girl that won, she probably won like half the races. So frustrating. I'm so proud of her mom for how she handled it, because her mom literally says, you're being a little harsh on yourself. It takes time. You should be so proud of the progress you've made this year. And so we cannot be realistic if we do not see both sides of our growth. We choose, especially athletes, to focus on, what am I doing wrong? I missed that shot. I never want that to happen again. I took a 3 when I shouldn't have. I never want that to happen again. I didn't do this right. I'm going to work this till I've got it right. Instead of focusing on both sides of it. Like, oh my gosh, these were the amazing things I did. I made that 3. I made that incredible defensive play that gave us a whatever. Sorry, I'm talking about basketball because I was a basketball athlete and a volleyball athlete. So all growing up, I definitely was in this mentality of, I could have done better. Like, if I had done better, we would have won. And attaching my worth to the results of every single game. It's just not healthy. You'll never enjoy the process and enjoy the journey and appreciate the milestones if all you care about is winning. And I have won, and winning is awesome. And it's so exciting to win. And obviously that's why you're playing sports, because you're competitive and you do want to win. But winning isn't everything. There has to be more. Like, what do the athletes talk about when they win? They're like, thank you so much to my family who sacrificed so much for me to be here, for me to be in this position, to be able to accomplish this amazing goal. Thank you. They thank everybody who helped them get there, because they know, they appreciate the sacrifices that others have made and how it takes a team to create winners. Anyways, so back to these women. So there's another girl, racer Bianca Bustamante, who they create this narrative that she's unfocused, and that really bothered me because she has 3 million followers on Instagram. She's a stunning looking woman. She's a straight model. She really is. She was on the cover of Vogue magazine in the Philippines. But they create this narrative that her social media and the job she has to do, like promoting herself to be able to race, is distracting her from racing, because she made a lot of mistakes throughout the season. They just create this narrative that it's like, oh, if she was just more focused, she'd be winning. Sis is focused. She locks in. Yes, she had mental mistakes, but doesn't everybody? Because pressure is part of it. Like, yes, you do have to perform, but you can create an environment where, like, it's not just you carrying the pressure. It's not these athletes putting this immense pressure on themselves. And that's really what I want to talk about today, is overcoming this negative athlete mindset and focusing on a healthier mindset. to have a healthy athletic mindset, yes, we all know we want to win, but we also know that the winner makes the least mistakes. Because of our humanness, mistakes are inevitable within sport, especially. So the ability to bounce back from mistakes is what will make you mentally tough, because mental toughness is a key ingredient to a healthy and winning athletic mindset. So mental toughness, how do we exercise this? Well, it takes practice. Please, if you have not watched Ted Lasso, you need to watch it. It's such a good show. It's on Apple Plus, and there are so many, like, if you want to laugh and cry, like, this is an amazing, heartwarming show. But one of the key lessons is that Ted, he's a coach, he talks about being a goldfish, and he teaches his team to be goldfish. And what he means by that is that goldfish have a really short memory. So if something bad happens, 10 seconds later, they don't remember it. They just move on and live their happy lives. So in sports, yes, you make mistakes. I remember one that just, I'll never forget it, because I literally lost our team the game. We were up by 2. We didn't have to score. And I was like, I'm going to put the nail in this coffin. I'm going to run down the court because I'd stolen the ball. I'm just going to run, do a layup, and I'm going to put this game out of reach. I wanted to curb stomp on this other team. I wanted to step on their neck. Literally, I remember my coach saying, like, when we're like, you got to step on their necks so they never want to come down. Also a little problematic. Coaches, like, probably shouldn't be telling 14-year-olds to step on the necks of others. Neither here nor there. But anyways, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this layup and I'm gonna win this for our team. So what happens? I go for the layup. I freaking miss. The other team gets the ball. They throw it down. Somebody shoots a 3-pointer. And the other team won the game. I literally lost us the game because I was being selfish. And literally before the timeout, the coach was like, nobody shoot, just hold on to the ball. That's all you had to do. I will never forget that mistake because it literally cost us the game. So thankfully, I don't remember how my team felt about me, because I don't remember anybody said it like, Britt, you loser, like, you lost that for us. Like, I knew, like, nobody had to tell me. But thankfully my team, I don't remember them being super mad at me. I'm sure they would have been, because we all worked hard. But like, that's the thing too about sports. Like it's a team sport. So like, we didn't have to be in that situation. We could have been up by 10. We could have been up by 20 if everybody had made different choices. So like, taking the blame fully for a loss, like, also something you should not do as an athlete. Like, especially in a team sport, golf, tennis, that might be different. Like, just you there solo, yes, then yes, your mistakes cost you the game. But like, in a team sport, it was everybody's mistakes. Like, just remember to spread out the load evenly, that like, you win or lose as a team. So I hope that you share that burden as a team. And also I hope that you try and learn from your mistakes. Like, try not to make the same mistakes. And that will help in your mental toughness. Okay, number 2, positive self-talk. Okay, Miss Leah Block, please. I'll be happy when I'm winning. No, you can be happy now. You can be happy and so proud of the progress you made. Like, I hope she continues in the sport and she learns to find joy in the journey. So it's important to be positive, to remember the positive things you've done. You don't have to focus on them all the time, but like, treat yourself positively. Like, when I would mess up in my sport years, I'd be like, Britt, you idiot. Like, oh my gosh, such a loser. The way I talk to myself, bad. No, just like, oh, made that mistake. Shake it off. Just make the Taylor Swift Shake It Off song your theme song. Like, have that positive self-talk. So instead of saying, such a loser, how could you make that mistake? Like, okay, yes, I messed up. I'll do better next time. A setback indeed, but I'm going to get it right this next time. Okay? Positivity, please. Next, stress management. So athletes have to be excellent at managing your stress because these get very tense and high stakes when you're competing. Like, I don't even play on the Oilers, but I feel like I do. The amount of times I'm yelling at the screen. Speaking of positivity, but like getting so involved. That's what makes sports so exciting and fun, is the competition side of it. But also, it is important to manage your stress. So having techniques to prevent burnout, to recognize what your body is telling you, and recovering in healthy ways. Because I know you athletes. I know you. I am one. I know. You're injured. You still want to play. You're like, no, put me in. It's fine. We'll just tape it up. It'll be fine. It's just one game. Think about your whole career. Like, Zach Hyman got injured. He injured his shoulder. What if he just kept playing? And he was like, no, it's good. It's good. I can do this. He would start being a detriment to the team. And you have to recognize that recovery is so important. It is a huge part of sport. So I always say this to everyone I work out with. If you're working out and you didn't stretch, you didn't finish your workout. Recovery is just as important as the physical activity itself, especially if you want to have a long, happy career. Please learn to manage your stress mentally and physically. Okay, stress management, very key. Anti-anxiety techniques, breathing. So it's important to maintain composure and manage that stress. Okay. Next, having a growth mindset. So when you have a growth mindset, you just recognize that setbacks are opportunities for growth. As I've said many times, that failure is just a part of learning. When you do it wrong, you're going to get it right the next time. If it's bad enough, you'll never make that mistake again. As I did learn the hard way in losing that game. But yeah, just taking every opportunity to grow. That's what's going to help you be a successful athlete. Goal setting. So it's totally great to have goals, especially specific ones within sport, because let's say you're a basketball player and your left hand side, you just miss every time you're on the left. So spend a whole summer just playing with your left hand and get that left hand as good as your right hand. That's an amazing goal and something you can work for, and it helps you turn your weaknesses to strengths, but also don't forget to maintain your strengths as well. So it'll help you in your training when you're more focused, because if you fail to plan, then you plan on failing. Having a healthy athletic mindset, though, really means being able to not tie your worth to how you're doing within your sport, because you are not your sport. You are you. You just happen to play this sport because you need to be ready for when you don't have the sport anymore. That was a huge adjustment for me growing up. As an athlete, I got to college and I was farting around, had no idea what I was doing. I was totally lost without volleyball and basketball when I got to college. It enabled me to try new things, but it took a while for me to feel worthy as a person anymore, because I wasn't doing the thing that made me feel worthy. So how did I fix that? Back then, I didn't really. I shoved it under the rug. But now I know that my worth comes from within. It's intrinsic. I'm always worthy. I just happen to do things that make me happy and are excited and fun. And yes, they help me within my self-esteem, but they don't necessarily change my worth at all. I'm just as worthy now as I was then, and vice versa. So athletes, please, I hope you have a healthy mindset and remember that you are a complete person with or without your sport. I hope this episode helped you, hopefully think about things that might help you be a stronger athlete, and also that you remember your worth on and off the court. Okay, so your worth work this week. For those of you who aren't my athletes, please watch the Stanley Cup Final and cheer the Oilers on. I'm kidding. You don't have to. Your work this week is to be a goldfish. So if you have any setback this week, just try and have that growth mindset and learn from it. Don't let it ruin your day when you make a mistake. Just be like, okay, I did that. I'll do better next time, and move on and just enjoy your day. Move on to happiness. Move on to joy. Don't let your setbacks define your day or who you are that day. So let me know how it goes being a goldfish, just forgetting the hard things about mistakes and learning from them. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. As always, you can find me at trustyourworth.com. And on Instagram at Trust Your Worth Podcast. If you're cheering for the Oilers, give this video a like. My Edmontonians, where are you at? My Oiler fans, where are you at? And yeah, if no one has told you today, you're a superstar. That is what you are. And don't forget it. And don't forget to trust your worth. All right. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.